Okay, guys, it's MBZ here, and I have an absolutely epic battle for you. Me against my good friend Twash man from ONM, and this was just a friendly we decided to have, and it turned out to be a really, really good game. So I lead off with Scarf Gengar, and he leads off with his Salamence. So I don't want to overpredict too early, so I just go for the HP Ice, and he switches to BLISSEY, rightly so, and it takes a tiny, tiny chunk of damage. So I decide to switch out to my Tentacruel here, just to resist anything that he throws at me, such as Ice Beam, or just to take an S-Toss, if he was predicting the switch from Gengar there. And so now I get the chance to set up my Toxic Spikes. And he knows that I'm going to do that, so he switches out to his Claydol, and he's going to go for the Rapid Spin, I expect. But I don't really want to switch to Gengar just yet, in case he doesn't do that, in case he does something else, so I just decide to go for the second layer, and there you go, he Rapid Spins them away. So not too much of a big deal there, I can just set them up later. So I decide to Rain Dance, and he sets up his Reflect. Now he's thinking what to do, but I decide to set up another layer of Toxic Spikes, just to get them on the field again. And then I decide to set up a second layer. Now he T-Waves me, and that was quite crucial, because it meant that my Tentacruel was crippled for a bit more of the match. Sorry there. Just lagged, so I didn't know what was going on. So yeah, he switches out to BRELOOM now, and BRELOOM is just really, really annoying. But I surf it, and even though it resists, it does just under half, and that's because I've got Rain Dance up, which was really, really helpful. So I Ice Beam away his sub, and due to that, it means that he is gone away, the sub. Goodbye, sub. So he subs off again, and what he's hoping for here is that I get a bit of para hacks so that he can get a good sub up and then just try and get some focus punching or seed bombing done. So he subs up again, and I'm still not getting this para hacks, and this is kind of getting on his nerves. He was just going, "Oh crap! Why aren't I getting bloody crapping para hacks?" I was just like, "Lol." But anyway, now he can't set up another sub, and he decides to switch. And just to spite him, I get the para hacks now, which was really funny. But so he switches to Bliss, and I'm not sure what to do here, so I stay in, and I decide no, I don't. I go to Celebi. I go to Celebi because I want to set up a Leech Seed on his Bliss, or just take anything that he throws at me. So this time I go to Gengar, to dodge the Rapid Spin, but he goes out to Salamence, and that's really good for me. So I decide to switch out to Toxicroak, predicting his switch to BLISSEY, and that was a really great move on my part, and that could have helped me quite a bit later on. Anyway, so he has BLISSEY out, and he's not going to stay in, obviously. So he decides to go out to his Gyarados, get the Intimidate on me, and he's just going to absorb the Cross Chop. But it misses. There you go, some more hacks for me and Twash. Just great fun, that is. Anyway, I decide not to stay in here, and I switch out to Suicune. And he decides to Waterfall. Now, I was thinking there that he may not know that I have dry skin on my Toxicroak, but obviously he was just predicting the switch. So I HP Electric, and this Suicune is new, it's from Maryland, and being shiny and with HP Electric 70, it's kind of a giveaway that it's salved. And he was just like lolling at me saying, "Lol, 99% hacked," and all that crap. But anyway, doesn't matter as long as it's legitly statted. So he predicts this HP Electric again and goes to Claydol to absorb it. And I think he's going to Rapid Spin, so I go to Gengar, but he doesn't, and he Ice Beams me. Now I decide to go for the Shadow Ball, because I'm not sure if he's going to predict me switching or predict me using another move. And I get the special defense drop there, which is kind of pointless, but doesn't matter much. And he Ice Beams me back. So now his Claydol's pretty low, and it's pretty much ready to be taken out. So he switches to Bliss, and I get off a Shadow Ball, and it just doesn't do anything, seeing as Bliss is immune to Shadow Ball. So now I can't stay in, so I go to Tentacruel again to dodge the T-Wave, which I do well. And his Bliss is just going down from poison damage, which is nice. He goes to Claydol, and I am paralyzed. And that could have been really, really useful if I hadn't been, because I would have been able to surf and take out his Claydol then, and he wouldn't have rapid spinned away my spikes. But hey, spikes weren't really a big player in this game, seeing as he had 3 guys who they didn't even affect. He had BRELOOM, which gets healed by Toxic, and BLISSEY, which has natural cure. So to be honest, it was just really not useful at all. So he Draco Meteors my Tentacle, and I know I can live 1 and hit him back hard with Ice Beam, but he friggin' gets a friggin' crit, and that just sucks. Anyway, I'm just really annoyed at that. Anyway, so I decide to switch to Celebi, and I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave, because if I can get this Salamence as slow as possible, it just sets me up for a sweep even more easily. So I go for the T-Wave, and he switches to Gyarados, which is really good, because I can just get some power hacks onto it. It means he's not so good later. So I get off the Leech Seed, and due to the fact that I'm faster because of power hacks, he can't taunt me straight away. But now I'm taunted, so I can't stay in for any attack that Salamence gets on me. But I get a nice chunk of damage in there on Psychic, and all this damage are racking up, and it's really going to help me later on so that I can sweep. So I decide to go to Suicune just to take whatever he throws at me, and that's the end of part 1, because it's a pretty long match. So check out part 2, guys.